Putting the lens on Grenada, its people and its possibilities. This is State of Affairs. Reporting this week, I am Raul Titus. In this week's show, Fishing for a Living, how Grenada's fishing sector has become the envy of the Eastern Caribbean. Monkey business, why rare tree-swinging primates that have lured tourists to Grenada are becoming extinct. And the thing now start, the launch of Grenada's biggest cultural spectacle. Janelle Grant Hamlet, Trevor Tweets, and Kevin Frederick all report from the Grenada heartland when we come back.
There is still a place where untouched beauty meets soothing experiences and a warm people. It is a place where cascading waterfalls meet quiet meandering rivers to join silky stretches of white sand beaches. A place where you are greeted with the friendly smiles of the local people, while the rich aroma from the abundance of tropical fruits, fresh herbs and spices fill your lungs. A place perfect for curious minds, minds intrigued by 18th century plantations, a water-propelled rum distillery, historical forts, and petroglyphs that are still visible today. A place where you can go turtle watching, feed mana monkeys, and marvel at water-filled craters created from extinct volcanoes. This place also allows you to enjoy perfect year-round sailing conditions while diving the world's first underwater sculpture park. This charming place is neatly situated in the Southern Caribbean and is popularly referred to as the Spice Islands of the Caribbean. These islands are Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So come visit us as we take you on a journey like never before. Come, experience the rhythms of spice.
Welcome back. Grenada's fishing sector has become the envy of the Eastern Caribbean. Officials say the industry has now grown to the point where exports have now surpassed $20 million last year. The industry itself is worth billions and generates a whopping $246 billion in annual revenues. Kevin Frederick reports on a thriving sector in Grenada.
3 decades ago, fishing was seen as the poor man's job and had very little to show for the time and efforts invested in the sea. Today, that industry is worth billions and generates a whopping $246 billion in annual revenues. In Grenada, fisheries officials say commercial exports surpassed $20 million last year on investments of an estimated $200 million. Sean Walker, a local fisherman from Guave, says at age 16 he began fishing as a young lad with his uncle, and today he has built his life from the sea.
I first started with my uncle, this is Mr. Lionel Walker, by going and towing. Usually when we come out from school, he bring me out at sea. We go out tow, we hold kingfish, sometimes young tow. And since then, I just fall in love with fishing.
State of Affairs learned that the young fisherman from Guave is one of the many success stories in rural Grenada as it relates to the regional and local fishing sectors. So much so that OECS Director General Dr. Didacus Jules warns that we must guard our precious marine jewels.
We have to jealously guard and safeguard the resources of the Caribbean at this point, whether they be on land or on sea. Right? And there's a tremendous resource in the ocean that we need to pay attention to.
But why do we need to safeguard our fishing resources? Fisheries Minister Roland Bowler says it all boils down to food security, sustainable livelihood and economic development. He was addressing colleague fisheries ministers from the region at a recent meeting in Grenada.
Output from the sector during this period increased from just under $6 million in 1978 to $39 million in 2013. Exports also increased from $2 million to $24 million during the same period.
When a country takes a bold and firm decision to safeguard and enhance its marine resources, it is seen as a favorable move. The Grenadian Fisheries Minister Roland Bowler explains how Grenada was able to reposition its fishing sector.
Grenada is a small island developing state, like many other states. Depends on the sustainable use of the living marine resources. 3 decades ago, the fishing industry in Grenada was characterized by poor infrastructure, underdeveloped marketing, inappropriate technology, limited capacity, and lack of adequate governance and management arrangements. However, with the intervention and initiatives from local, regional, and international organizations and countries, and most notably, and I want to mention that again, and underscore it, most notably, our friends from Japan, we have experienced a significant transformation of this sector over the past 30 years.
Meet Justin Rennie, Chief Fisheries Officer in Grenada, a key figure in the industry.
In terms of the local industry, I think it is very healthy and robust, although there are challenges that we continue to face. But if you compare it over the last 3 decades, the industry has grown significantly. In terms of output, what we have seen is that over the last year, output has grown in over 30% in terms of production. For the first 3 months of this year, we have also seen a 30% increase in production and also a 25% increase in exports. So overall, the industry is, has been growing significantly.
The Food and Agricultural Organization, in one of its recent reports, stated that over 500 million people in developing countries, including Grenada, depend on fisheries and aquaculture for their livelihood, directly or indirectly. The FAO's findings were backed up by Minister Bowler and other players in the local industry.
Well, I used to sell fish when Masasa and them used to be in the old fish market over there. I used to come between them and help them and things, you know. So I pick up the chain of biomedical fish and to sell to my children and things. So they still, a lot of them die, a lot of them die out and things. So I come when they build this new fish market, I come across and they're struggling still.
Fishing has done a lot for me. Yeah, done a lot. I own my own boat now through fishing, and I'm looking forward to even own a bigger boat in time to come.
The sector now provides direct and indirect employment for in excess of 4,000 persons. This represents almost 10% of our labor force here in Grenada.
But with all the growing concerns of illegal, unregulated and unreported fishing in the Caribbean, climate change and other issues, the question of protection returns. Rennie outlines to State of Affairs the urgent priorities of his department.
Well, let me structure it this way, in saying that there is a need to optimize the returns from the industry in ensuring that the industry remains economically viable, and also we can achieve sustainable fisheries. Okay, that is a general objective. However, there's a number of things that need to be done. For example, quality assurance. Okay, in terms of the post-harvest technology, we need to reduce post-harvest technology losses. Safety is also a major area. We have been conducting safety programs, training programs over the years. And as a result, we have seen an improvement or a reduction in the loss of fishermen, their lives and property out at sea.
Did Mr. Rennie say safety at sea? Well, Sean Walker agrees.
Over the years, normally fishermen go away there and lose their life. But since the fishing division been helpful to us, we must have certain equipment to go out at sea, which your radio, your GPS.
So the next time you think of the fishing sector as just a matter of hook, line and sinker, just pause for a moment and perhaps you will see the bigger picture. That's State of Affairs. I am Kevin Frederick.
These are the images from across Grenada. This is State of Affairs. More stories from the heartland after this.
There is still a place where untouched beauty meets soothing experiences and a warm people. It is a place where cascading waterfalls meet quiet meandering rivers to join silky stretches of white sand beaches. A place where you are greeted with the friendly smiles of the local people, while the rich aroma from the abundance of tropical fruits, fresh herbs and spices fill your lungs. A place perfect for curious minds intrigued by 18th century plantations, a water-propelled rum distillery, historical forts, and petroglyphs that are still visible today. A place where you can go turtle watching, feed mana monkeys, and marvel at water-filled craters created from extinct volcanoes. This place also allows you to enjoy perfect year-round sailing conditions while diving the world's first underwater sculpture park. This charming place is neatly situated in the Southern Caribbean and is popularly referred to as the Spice Islands of the Caribbean. These islands are Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So come visit us as we take you on a journey like never before. Come, experience the rhythms of spice.
Monkeys, they're cute, they're quirky, and are a must-see for tourists who visit our island. But sadly, these fun-loving creatures are not as visible as they were before. So this week, General Grant Hamlet on State of Affairs assignment goes into the woods to find out the state of Grenada's Mona monkey.
Some say that it's due to the passage of Hurricanes Ivan and Emily. Others blame it on the lack of food availability. But researchers are convinced that illegal hunting is the #1 cause of decrease in the population of the Mona monkey in the Granitang Forest Reserve area. The Cercopithecus mona, as it is known scientifically, is the only species of monkey found in Grenada. History has it that this small Old World primate originates from the continent of Africa, but found itself in Grenada in the most interesting way.
The Mona monkey was introduced to Grenada in the 17th and 18th century, most likely from what is recorded from West Africa, the West African coast, and it was brought over here during the slavery era. It was said that they were brought on board as a food source for the slaves on board. Our Mona monkey here was introduced, and they seem to have survived, and their population had increased, whereby they are known to occur throughout the central forest in Grenada.
Having spent several centuries on the island, the Mona monkey can call Grenada its second home, so much so that it has even become part of the island's tourism package.
So far we know that they've been providing a lot of good ecotourism services for us. They are a major attraction. I mean, to have a primate on an island is always an asset to your tourism industry, and we know a lot of people come here, particularly at the Granitang area, to see the Mona monkey, and it's been providing a lot of economic benefit, to our country.
However, recent studies from French researcher Jean-Baptiste Leca and his wife show that the primate's population in the Granitang Forest Reserve and surrounding cultivated areas is registering a disturbing decline.
Quickly realized that there was a problem, and there were fewer and fewer monkeys coming around the parking lot area, which is a